Hi, my name is Rachel Parsons. I'm a nutrition educator here at Cornell Cooperative Extension of Broome County. And I'm here in the Broome County Regional Farmers Market in the commercial kitchen for another segment of Nutrition in the Kitchen. What we're going to feature today is Jerusalem artichokes. So these aren't artichokes at all. They're actually a sunflower that's native to our area. These are very prolific and easy to grow. They will take over whatever area that you give them. And they're really easy to store too. You just leave it in the ground and it'll come back year after year. So I'm guessing you haven't seen these before, but I'm going to show you how to make a nice soup with these. You can have the Jerusalem artichokes much like you would potatoes. So you can boil them, you can mash them, roasted, they're really great. And I do like to leave the skin on my vegetables because there's a lot of nutrition in there as well. But for this recipe, it's going to be a blended recipe, so we really want to take that peel off. And you can use a vegetable peeler, a knife, or if you want, you can peel it much like you would ginger and use a spoon to get that peel off. So once we have our Jerusalem artichokes all chopped and ready, we're going to set those aside and we're going to saute 1 cup of onion, 2 stalks of celery, and 2 cloves of garlic. And we're going to saute those in 2 tablespoons of butter. We'll saute those until they're nice and soft, but not brown. And once those are ready, we're going to put in our Jerusalem artichokes and 4 cups of broth. I'm using chicken broth today, but if you are vegetarian or vegan, you can make the necessary changes to this recipe using a vegetable stock and maybe olive oil instead of that butter. So we're going to get this boiling. So we're going to put the broth and the Jerusalem artichokes in there and bring this up to a boil. Once it's boiling, we'll turn it down to a simmer and put the lid on there. We're going to have it simmer for about 45 minutes to an hour until those Jerusalem artichokes are nice and soft. Some great things about Jerusalem artichoke, they're really packed with nutrition. They're really high in iron, high in potassium, and they have a lot of great fiber in them. A particular type of fiber called inulin that's really good for your gut microbiome. It feeds your gut bacteria. Once our soup is all, once our Jerusalem artichokes are nice and soft, we're actually going to blend this. I'm going to use an immersion blender, but if you don't have one of these at home, you could use a traditional blender, but be careful because this is hot. If you don't have either of those, you could use the finest grate on a food mill or a sturdy sieve. Now that that's all well blended, we are ready to serve it. Of course, you always want to add a little salt and pepper to taste. And you can garnish with some fresh parsley. So if you'd like to give these Jerusalem artichokes a try, come down to the farmers market. It's open year-round every Saturday from 9 to 1. I know that Heller's Market has these Jerusalem artichokes, but there's some other vendors in the market that have them as well. Thank you for joining us today, and we'll see you next month for another edition of Nutrition in the Kitchen.